Usamos estampillas.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station. Violent people. Radio.
Welcome to Violent People Radio, episode number 17. I'm one of your hosts, Sam, and with me per usual, Dan Rice. Dan, how you doing?
Pretty good. We're going to cover all the waiver wire ads for week 1, right?
God, I hope not. I've got so many thoughts, but let's move on to another host, Tanner. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Not in the realm of wrestling, but I have words to say.
You both are bringing off some weird energy that I'm not loving off the bat, so we'll hand it off to Chris here.
Hello, I am ready to talk about wrestling, exclusively wrestling, nothing but wrestling.
That's what I'm talking about. So, Dan, why won't you let people review trades in our fantasy football league?
Because it's stupid. Because, like, who's reviewing the trades in real NFL?
The commissioner.
The commissioner.
When's the last time one of them got vetoed? This isn't the NBA. This is a real sports league. If people want to make bad decisions, I'm going to let them. I'm not going to sit here and let... Because you know what? If there were reviews, I would put no for every single trade that I'm not involved in. Because why would I want people to make their teams better? And there are people that have bad thoughts, like me, in leagues, so I think commissioners should always push them all the way through. And that's what I will continue to do as long as I'm commissioner.
Well, so because you are bad,
yes,
you have to assume
I'm bad, I am evil, and I can see the evil in the world. And I'm sorry, I'm glad that you can't. I'm glad that you have these rose-colored glasses, but vetoes and trade reviews are only manipulated. They're never used for good.
I don't think any European should have a trade that doesn't get reviewed.
Then they shouldn't be in the league then, which is honestly the real answer.
That's a topic for discussion. That's a topic for discussion. They literally don't know what ball we're talking about.
Folks, we are starting off with fantasy football talk because last episode was a roaring success.
Highest listened to episode ever. It's insane.
It's so sad that's not even a bit.
It is... I wish it was a bet.
I love Sam being like, I don't like the energy you guys are bringing, but here's the grievance I have about fantasy football.
Well, while we're on fantasy football for a second, I do want to...
We're here. Just a quick drive-by.
Do you guys want to work out a trade live on the air?
No.
I want to apologize. I've heard the feedback for using the NFL theme-based boost.
Someone said you almost killed them.
I think somebody said I blew out their AirPod. I apologize.
And someone said they almost drove off the road.
Yeah, there will be
fair. I'm excited.
There will be there will be
I
fair.
Swear when I drive, yeah, I swear when I drive.
There will be fair warning before it is ever used on this program again. And that is what it would sound like if I were to play it.
And what they don't know is that I ran a loudness normalizer on that twice. Couldn't get it any lower. Didn't understand what to do.
Okay, so I listened to the first 10 minutes in my car because I wanted to see how loud it was. Maybe the loudest thing to ever be on my fucking car speaker.
I tried my best, guys.
It is insanely loud. No, I think you should make it louder if possible.
No.
But,
well, we got to give the people what they want. They're spoken.
Obviously, people want 14-team, 23-round, uninterrupted fantasy football talk. Let me tell you, I was in a fantasy football draft last night. Sam, you were there too. It went by in like less than an hour. It was awesome.
That sounds stupid.
Just quick.
It was so quick, and everybody loved my team and my picks.
I know it's Tuesday, but right now Tanner's starting Marshawn Lynch.
Well, I still got I got to switch.
He's got time. That's in an IDP league too, so that's got some fun stuff going on.
I also drafted Marshawn Lynch in that league as well.
Is that true? I did not.
Yeah, he was the final. Well, the final pick in the draft because for some reason there was a round 21 that I'm still not sure I understand.
Is there an IR spot in your league?
Yeah.
Then that's what the 21 round. You should have picked up someone on IR. TJ Hawkinson would have been a great pick there. This is really a fantasy football podcast now. Sorry about that. I'm done.
I don't think
It's what the people want.
TJ Hawk doesn't play football.
I got Mark Andrews and Laporta in that league, so I'm just double dipping.
I got Tua, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes.
So every week, everyone's gonna get like 2 for the price of 1 fantasy football talk because Tanner and I are in the same league with each other in a different league. So
twice.
We'll keep you updated in how we're doing in this league and the other league.
Yeah, we should bring people from the Slack onto VPR, but only for the first 15 minutes to talk about games. Sam and I actually play each other in that league this week, though.
Here on this current podcast we're recording, Tanner, are very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to just prove myself. I think I'm going to win our division.
All right, I have a second thing to bring up that has nothing to do with fantasy football.
Oh, fantasy baseball.
No, why is Night Bitch being kind of propped up as this Oscar contender? Anyone got hard thoughts on that?
On who?
The Amy Adams vehicle.
I did not see the trailer. I just know Amy Adams is in it.
She's like a
She
sad
turns
mom.
into a dog.
What?
I don't know what to tell you.
She turns
What's
into a
this
what?
I don't know what to tell you.
Did you say Night Bitch?
I think
Night
I stopped
Bitch.
watching the trailer before it got there. I just saw like a sad mom who used to be an artist. She turns into a dog?
Dude, this director directed the fucking Mr. Rogers documentary. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie.
Yeah, nothing about this situation seems like it should be any good, let alone
Is it actually
Oscar
getting
bait.
Oscar buzz? I feel like nothing is really good. Okay, can we talk about movies for a second? I don't feel like
I listen to multiple Oscar-related podcasts. Let me
Really?
tell you, there's buzz.
Huh? I don't know. I don't even know what is getting Oscar buzz this year. Like Dune 2.
Dune 2's in the mix.
I assume I couldn't tell you anything else. Like I feel like I've seen.
Well, all the Oscar movies come out in like 2 months.
Well, I mean, I know that, but like, I just feel like this year has not really been front heavy for. And now, to be fair, I'm well behind. But even movies that are out that I've heard buzz about, like it's been like Dune 2. I know a bunch of people that like Challengers. I haven't seen it yet. But
Good
like,
movie. Good flick.
I could not even begin to tell you what the Oscar race looks like for like any category.
Joker 2.
For best musical.
Do you see where he said it wasn't a musical? He said
I'm really curious where the Golden Globes puts it.
Best drama.
You sure? Not best comedy or musical?
Nope.
Not musical. I'm gonna have thoughts.
I'm gonna be real mad in January. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna be real pissed about the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Hosted by Lisa Glacier. Is that her name?
Nikki.
There we go.
Oh, God.
Hey, what'd I say?
Something totally different. So, guys, when the nominations come out, you might want to skip the first 15 minutes of that VPR.
You'll be lucky if it's only 15, brother. Oh man, I didn't.
Anyway, Tanner, you had something you said that was a front to you.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if people watched Unfinished Beef on Netflix. Joey Chestnut versus Takeru Kobayashi. You know, this battle that's been 15 years in the making. I respect Kobayashi. He beat his personal best. He ate 66 dogs. I bet the over. I won money on that. I also bet the over on Joey Chestnut. He broke the world record. Ate 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which is a feat that I don't think. I told Riley watching that, I said, this is going to be what it's like when somebody runs the first 3-minute mile. Watching Joey Chestnut, watching Joey Chestnut eat 83 dogs in 10 minutes. And I have never been more certain that I could do 30 in 10 minutes. And that's just the end of the line.
And I think it's really important that Chestnut crushed it. 83, absolutely wild.
Yeah, he beat him by 17 dogs. It was actually not even close after the first minute. Truly.
Kobayashi would have wiped the floor with any other contestant at Nathan this year.
Yeah,
that's the most important.
Yes,
these competitors just would have killed anyone on that stage this year.
Now Chestnut, he did one less than the guy who won Nathan's in 5 minutes during around the same time.
Yes,
that's pretty. Yeah. That's pretty badass.
Chestnut had, I believe, 30 dogs eaten in the first 2 minutes. Like, it was like an unfucking real pace.
And that's that takes Tanner like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that would take me.
Just to put it in proportion, yeah.
Also, didn't know this. So they could not dunk their dogs. And they could not separate dog from bun. So they were eating just the hot dogs.
I didn't watch it. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, they could not dunk and they could not separate dog from bun.
Wow, they're playing hardcore out there.
Yeah,
Chestnut's still breaking records out
Epic mode.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Chestnut said he may never do another hot dog eating competition where he dunks. He said he can eat them so much faster not dunking now. He said he developed a technique that allows him to like swallow and then drink. Now they still have the drinks. They just can't.
Oh yeah, sure.
They just can't.
They would die without a drink, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What's the mainstream sports equivalent to? Hey, we did this thing for years because we thought it made it easier, and then we learned, oh, it's so much better when we don't do the thing.
Oh man.
It just feels wild.
I don't. Yeah, but it was crazy. He crushed. I mean, because the old record was 76. I mean, he didn't even beat it by a little bit. He beat it by 7 fucking hot dogs, and he didn't dip them in liquid. Like, he just ate 83 hot dogs.
Yeah, he just unlocked the new meta.
Yeah. No, like sincerely though, again, I'm telling you, it's going to be like watching somebody run the first 3-minute mile. Like, people are going to start practicing like this meta, and I bet you next year we get like a non-Joey Chestnut doing 70 dogs at Nathan's. I don't even know.
Different.
I don't even know what number won at Nathan's this year. High 50s probably, low 60s.
It's 58.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that number gets crushed next year. And also, Matt Stoney ate more wings than 3 Olympians. It was a fun time. I recommend going and watching it. They made it like a whole event. Nikki Bella was there.
Rey Mysterio was
there. Rey Mysterio was there. Yeah, WWE, I guess, paid a lot of money to like co-sponsor that whole thing.
We got the Netflix synergy there.
Yeah, I keep forgetting Raw's moving to Netflix in January.
January 6th?
We got another reference.
You wouldn't want to move it back or up a week?
I don't know about you. I mean, I think it's fine. I mean,
yeah, but you already have plans that day, so like you can't watch.
Yeah, watching the college football playoff quarterfinals
from Washington D.C.
I get you, Dan.
All right. You know what's funny is I think collectively we've all watched more wrestling this week than ever.
Oh my god, yeah. I think I've watched probably close to 70 matches since last week.
So not just Nathan's.
Yeah, no. I've watched movies, dude. I've been on fucking top of it. I watched college football all day Saturday. I've just been.
Where was your wife during all this?
She's not home.
Tanner's like, I got something in mind. I am getting a divorce.
No, she was at home. She was lesson planning.
Can't stop her when she's doing that.
She made some awesome monkey bread.
Making cakes.
I saw a picture of that. It looked good.
It was fucking amazing.
All right, Chris, what have you been watching this week? Let's get you involved. Be a team player.
All right. I mean, I probably watched the least amount. I've had a lot going on in the old social life.
I think you just called us all
very
nerds.
busy. Yeah. No, I've just had stuff going on and work. But I did make time to watch the brand new television show that everyone is talking about on YouTube every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Juggalo Championship Wrestling Lunacy Episode 1.
Sam's about to piss me off because he didn't watch it, I bet.
I know Sam didn't watch it, but I think the three of us did.
Yeah, of course I did.
I get a link to it.
It's YouTube.com. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I was watching some other wrestling.
All right, let's get into the real shit here, why this guy takes a back seat.
God damn, what is a juggalo?
I finally watched wrestling, and everyone's like, we watched this whole other show without you.
We talked about it.
We were watching great workers like Caleb Con.
Oh, getting into the big top. We had like a we had an evolved tag team on the show. Facade and Conley, both Evolve alumni on this show.
Yeah, Ruffo the Clown.
Now I feel like you need to talk about Violent J comes out and immediately starts shooting on Meltzer. Like just within 2 minutes. Shooting on Meltzer.
We're the wrestling that Dave Meltzer will never give 5 stars to. We're the wrestling that sold out the rave in Milwaukee, and but we didn't get credit like ECW got when they went to the rave. Stuff like that.
I don't even know what the rave is. I've never heard of that venue in my life.
The rave is a big concert hall. It's got like multiple venues. It's one of the bigger concert venues in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And it was host to Hardcore Heaven in 2000.
Oh.
And they had multiple tapings at the rave as well.
Okay.
So for the record, this is like a 20-year-old beef that Violent J's dealing with on JCW Lunacy Episode 1.
Yeah, when did JCW run there? Because I was not aware that JCW was 25 years old.
Oh, yeah, it's been around. No, it's been around forever.
No, I know it's been around a long time. I just did not realize 1999 was the forever.
Yeah.
Cage Match does not list a show from the rave.
Well, you can't believe Cage Match for everything.
Yeah.
He's not lying.
It's Volume 1 happened in 1999. But I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Maybe the inmates have something against juggalos.
First Blade Made doesn't happen until 2007. Wild stuff.
Yeah, that's when they renamed from Juggalo Championship Wrestling to Championship Wrestling.
Now the first match, because you're starting this show, you can book any match you want. This is like you're reintroducing Juggalo Championship Wrestling. You got to go Danny Moe versus Alex Crowley.
You have to.
You got to put them out there. This is the vibe of the company.
Yeah, you put them out there and give them 4.5 minutes.
Alex Crowley could have made the 25 on the 25. Don't think she did. I think she wore her 440 shirt out there though, so that's cool as shit.
Definitely appealing to you.
Yeah.
Definitely appealing to you.
Can I actually say though that the show was very well shot? Like, I did not expect JCW to have better production than like 95% of US indies.
ICP aren't fucking poor. What do you want here?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, they've been in the business for 25 for long. over 25 years.
Listen, I get it. It just shocked me, but I'm like, wow, this is like...
They aren't no broke-ass Triller.
Now, I don't know if we want to go through this match by match. It's 3 matches. The next match is Ruffo and Yabo defending their titles that they've held for over 2.5 years, I think they mentioned.
They did mention that.
That's a big deal.
I checked Cage Match, and there was other champions in like April of this year, so I don't know.
No, I think you're thinking of like you're spoiling future Lunacy episodes.
No, because this Lunacy was filmed at the end of May.
Yeah, I'm looking, and they had the titles until June.
I was looking at something else.
You looked at something wrong, yeah.
Maybe I was drunk when I was looking at it.
Shit.
Hey, JCW Lunacy spoilers.
And then, yeah, we're getting into it. The main event, the Southern Six, Alex Taylor, Silas Mason, and Kerry Morton versus Matt Cross, Santana Jackson, and Willie Mack. Just pure Juggalo Championship Wrestling in its core.
I actually thought this match was kind of fun.
No, it was fun. I like the Southern Six vignettes throughout the show.
Yeah, I did. Like, I watched that match, and I'm like, I don't know who the Silas Mason fella is, but how is he not getting booked at more places?
Oh, Silas Mason has been around for a while.
Yeah, like I've heard his name.
He was in Mid-South.
Yeah, he's eligible for the Mid-South Draft Part 2.
Oh, fuck.
You're showing yourself. You obviously don't watch NWA.
GCW in the past.
He was in GCW? That's crazy to me.
He's worked like random indies. Like,
well, they said he was
around.
former NWA National Heavyweight Champion. So obviously Billy Corgan believed in him.
Yes. He's a veteran of Sup Graps.
Yeah, well, all of Sup Graps has left my head.
But the Southern Six go over, and then we get the big star, the big debut, James Storm.
Yeah.
David Starr.
James Storm, who is a Southern Six member in NWA, I believe.
Yes, but calls Kerry Morton a pussy.
He does call him a pussy in this, and he's wearing a cool JCW shirt. Yeah,
and he wants everybody to say his catchphrase, and nobody in that crowd knows it.
Though the crowd did very successfully all come together to chant. What was it? Suck a dick? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd was.
They would pan to like children, just chant "suck a dick, suck a dick." Just a great show.
Lot of first of all, a lot of kids in the crowd. Whatever venue they ran, whatever fucking bar in Ohio this was, they packed it out. I mean, I would say they probably broke fire code. There were so many people in this building.
Yeah, people were shitting their pants. It was really hot in there. They had to call, like, one guy got really hot, shit his pants, called the police.
And here he is, guest host.
Hey there, guys. I'm David.
Yes, I was waiting for it. Yes.
Oh man! Thank God nobody listens this far in the show.
Oh my God! Oh! I did say I wanted to tell. This is my my work adjacent story. Is anyone know what a fucking Mark your co-host is? I shot James Storm a real estate referral before I gave him a discount.
Nice.
Did it for 20% instead of 25.
Like today?
Ooh. No, like I don't know, like 2 years ago, a year ago.
Oh.
Did you buy a house?
Love James Storm.
No. He's a real estate agent. Him and his wife.
Oh.
And we had a client looking in Tennessee, and I was like, I know a guy. I know an agent for you.
I can't remember the last time I saw James Storm anywhere.
Mine was 2 days ago when I was watching JCW Lunacy episode 1 on YouTube.
I meant like before watching this show.
Oh yeah, mine. I want to say mine was probably pre-pandemic.
I'm going to tell you that earlier this year I watched him and Chris Harris against Matt Riddle and RVD, but.
Oh yeah, did that not happen at like WrestleCon or something?
No, that happened in like Chillicothe, Ohio.
Yeah, WrestleCon. What'd I say?
Yeah, that's where they had it this year.
That's where WrestleMania was, right?
Apparently, he worked the pre-show battle royal for the Ric Flair retirement show.
All right.
Huh. Well, everybody
I've seen a
remembers
lot
that.
of true things.
Apparently he was on an Impact episode last year, and we all watch every episode of Impact.
Yeah, it's the number 2 promotion in America. Maybe even the world.
No debating that.
Hey, maybe number 2 promotion of the 2010s.
Oh, and then in 2022 he held the OVW heavyweight title. This guy's been getting work.
Fuck, you should have said that.
Yeah, I don't know how we forgot that. Oh, he held the OVW heavyweight title and the OVW national heavyweight title at the same time.
How does he even have time to sell houses? It sounds like he's selling the house at OVW.
Yeah, that's famously selling a lot of big gates. OVW.
That's all they do.
I think they had a couple of dozen at their big show they ran earlier this year in a fucking basketball arena or whatever shit that was. Am I making that up?
No, that was like
OVW
that was like 4 days ago. They had like, I don't know how many they had, like 800 in a 4,000 seat arena or something.
Yeah, I was about to say they booked like a really big arena
And they kind of screwed themselves. It's like whatever they drew. I don't know if it was 800, but like it was a good draw. But you're in
800 would be an incredible
huge. Yeah, I think.
OVW.
But I'm saying I think they might have had 4, 5, 6. I don't know what it is, but they had hundreds of people, which I think is a good draw for OVW. But they're in this giant arena, so like, they're just getting shit on.
ass. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Is YouTube wrestling shows making a comeback?
Never left.
Never like,
Okay. All right. Love the energy. It's probably wrong, but I love the energy.
Allegedly, I watch IWRG every week on YouTube. So
Who's to say though? There's nothing that
there's
proven.
no proof of that, but
I have a match. I know
Okay.
this is Chris's time, but on my turn, I have a match. I'm holding Chris's feet to a fire on. He hasn't watched it, but it involves his guy, and I'm really mad about it.
oh, is it the? I have not watched that match, but I know what you're talking about.
All right.
And you can start. I only watch JCW.
Oh, okay. Well, it's El Hijo de Fishman,
my God.
Cyclone Ramirez against Maficio and Sexy Andre. In this match, I don't know if that's the one you thought I was talking about, but this match is amazing because
yeah, that is not the match that I thought you were talking about.
it's like everything you hate about Lucha is just because it's like there's like 1 minute of it being a real tag team match, and then Fishman turns on Cyclone, but it goes another 8 minutes, and now it's a 3-on-1 match for 8 minutes. But I watched it all because I was like, "What is happening? Is there going to be a big reveal, a big save?" No, not really. Eventually, there's a big brawl, but there's mostly just let's watch Cyclone Ramirez get beat up a ton.
Damn.
Yeah, I assumed you were talking about the new Fishman versus Mascara Sagrada match.
I actually haven't watched that yet either. That's on my watch later, but I haven't watched it yet. Is it? Are there people saying it's not good?
I think I saw Henry talking about it, and he shared a picture of Mascara Sagrada with a shopping cart, and it was a delightful picture.
Oh,
And that's all I know about the match.
I'm excited to watch it. But yeah, I watched that. I watched 2024 Loki. He showed up in Gulf Coast Wrestling.
Where's that at? Is that Mississippi?
It's in Cottondale, Florida. He wrestled a guy named Buzzsaw Benelli. And I need you to know,
Hey,
Loki.
that sounds good.
Loki still he's still got it.
Is he wrestling in a suit?
Of course he's wrestling in a suit, and he's got his holsters, and he's a little fucking dork, and he's amazing.
Listen, I didn't know. Florida's hot.
Oh, I'm sure he's sweating. Oh my god, he's stalking around the ring. He's making noises. He's doing his pose.
He's the GOAT.
He's so fucking good.
He's so cool.
Just him grunting in that deep ass voice because it's 145 degrees in whatever fucking warehouse in Florida he's in, and he's wearing a full fucking 3-piece Hitman style suit.
Exactly that. Yes.
They don't make him like that anymore.
Please take my word that it's really good, and do not watch it. Just believe me.
I've already put it in my spreadsheet. I have
Damn it.
no intentions of watching it.
Okay. I'm gonna put it 3.75.
Yeah, I was about to say I rated it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. That's what you gotta.
Yeah, I just put it in my spreadsheet at 3.5.
And then two more things I need to talk about that are very important. Because I watched this, I should have went to this right after. I have this written down wrong, but I watched Chase Stevens and Damian Wayne versus Jackson Slade and Sal DeTore, and I watched this immediately after the Fishman tag, and it is shockingly similar. In that Chase Stevens turns on Damian Wayne 9 minutes in, but then there's another 9 minutes where they just beat on Damian Wayne, and then. It was really fucking cool until that point, though. They're throwing chairs at each other. Chase and Damian are both bleeding. Chase has really long hair that starts about 3/4 of the way down his neck, but he's got that big cap on, so he looks as young as ever. This one people should check out. It's a good time.
That sounds like it.
It's a good time.
Hey, I know now's not the right time to ask, but somebody is recording this, right?
Oh shit. No, I am. I assume Sam was before I got here, too.
Yeah, I imagine. I was just making sure. Nobody ever said, hey, I'm recording. We just kind of got into it. I was just making sure.
And then I watched Tajiri wrestle in South Korea, and I like to think I'm covering stuff that's not as well seen, but apparently it's doing banger numbers. 22,000 people watching Tajiri versus Shiho.
Was it good?
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's got a ton of views. Tajiri looked very tired during it. Don't think he was selling, but his kicks look awesome still, and him versus Loki would be amazing in 2024 again.
That match wasn't that good the first time, man.
Agree to disagree. Was Tajiri and Loki both in it? It was really good.
3.5 stars. I've got that.
Yeah, put it on the spreadsheet. And then I would be done, but Tanner dropped in the Discord and just blew my mind. Yeah, so this is how I'm going to bring Tanner into this. It's called No Ring Wrestling, and this is out of Arkansas, is that correct?
North Little Rock, Arkansas, baby.
Oh, yeah, sick. I bookmarked this, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh man,
it's so fucking good, Chris.
The first match that he shared, or I saw, was Sleazy E, who appears to be the only one uploading anything, so it's all his matches.
It's his YouTube channel, yes.
Yeah. Versus Buddy Badcock.
Yep.
And it's in someone's backyard. There's a big shipping container, which I assume, is the dressing room / someone's house.
There's a Salvation Army literally right by the warehouse.
Yep.
That you can see in the background. There's a good amount of people there, Dan. I would say, 40 or 50 at least?
I would say so, but it also appears that all the wrestlers from the show are also in that crowd.
Oh, yeah, because there's guys bleeding.
There's guys with blood dripping off of them in gear, just in the crowd.
It's fucking rad. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
And then, because it's just, everyone brings their own chair, so, there's a spot where, Badcock is trying to set up a board between two chairs, but the chairs, they don't line up right because it's just someone's camping chair and someone's yard chair, and he gets real mad about that.
One of the chairs is way too small for the board. They tease using dog shit.
Now they did the thing where once they brought out the dog shit, I told Tanner, I was like, I'm not gonna buy any near fall until they use the dog shit. And
yeah, and it's so weird because Buddy Badcock pulls out a piece of dog shit and holds it in his hand, but doesn't use it and just puts it back in the bag
and hands it to the referee at one point, but then they need it and they go, where's that dog shit? Where's the dog shit at?
Yeah, and the ref throws it, I shit you not, about 20 yards and nails it under the warehouse, it slides completely under the warehouse.
Because but it's not his fault. He doesn't want to hold the dog shit. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't fucking blame him. It was just so fucking funny. Sleazy E also, at one point, I guess, pours liquor in his mouth and has a plank of wood on fire and blows the fire at Buddy Badcock.
But I was gonna say, actually pretty good production, but not that part. That was clearly he didn't tell anyone he was doing that because it's just in the corner of the screen.
Oh yeah, no, he did not. No, brother, that's called working on the fly. He did not tell anybody.
You see the guy at the camera being whoa, and whipping the camera around there's fire.
Yeah, it's just oh fuck, and they both bleed a lot. I said this half joking. First of all, I think this whatever promotion this no ring wrestling, I think has a chance to be like our little freak bubble hit. Because they're like a newer promotion. They've only done 2 shows.
Yeah, this is volume 2.
This is volume 2. They did the first one on 420.
Ah, that rules.
But Sleazy E legitimately, because I also, Dan, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sleazy E, I watched. He wrestled Madman Pondo.
Let's go.
It's in a bar, yeah.
Yeah, it's in a bar for this, I assume, punk band's album release party. And I mean, it's like a nothing match. They just kind of brawl, and they both like fight with like the saw blades. Like, it's fucking cool. But this Sleazy E has like such a great character because he's like a shorter guy. I mean, I couldn't tell you how tall he was. 5'5", 5'6". He's bigger, but he does like the Rick Rude like shirt tease where he's like, ooh, and everybody in the crowd just like loses their shit when he like pops his top. So fucking good. He knows his character.
And then after he does it, he does it between his legs. He smells it. He sniffs it real deep.
Oh yeah. He's like, he rubs it on his dick and then he smells it and then he like hulks up from his own dick smell. I mean, truly, he's wrestling in the year 3000, and everybody else is left behind. But I plan on going through his YouTube because it looks like he's uploaded probably double-digit matches he's had this year. And they're all either no-ring matches or hardcore matches or just flat-out death matches.
Now, that album release, the album was by a band called Mud Show, which is pretty freaking great.
Yeah. The band's name was Mud Show. Like I said, it was literally like in this bar in like Memphis, I think. Yeah. Like, you could tell it was on the second floor of this bar. And for some fucking how, this band booked Madman Pondo. And it happened in March, so this would have been like Madman Pondo, like fresh off his Big Japan tour. And then they got him to come to Memphis. Like, it fucking rules. Highly recommend seeking out some Sleazy E and some no-ring wrestling out from Arkansas. But I actually watched a fuck ton of wrestling this week. I'm not going to get into all of it, because if I did, we'd be here all night. But a couple of things I think would be of interest to our listeners. So last week, WWE, I don't know if y'all know this, but WWE doesn't really do house shows anymore, at least not with any sort of regularity. Well, last week, they toured all around Europe, leading up to Bash in Berlin. And we have some absolute saints that have uploaded pretty much the entire shows from 3 of those 4 house shows they did. And in those shows, we have 2 Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov matches and a Gunther versus Sheamus match. And all 3 of them fucking rock. The Dragunov match from Rotterdam, like, just for rating reference, I have it 3.5. Like, they like build around the chop, like Gunther's chop, but like Dragunov bumps like he's Prime Ibushi, like bumping on the back of his head, his neck for a fucking house show. And then they kind of build on that in the Frankfurt match, which is like 3 days later. And it's just so fucking cool. There's actually another Gunther Dragunov match uploaded that was like the SmackDown Dark match. I haven't watched it yet. But the Gunther versus Sheamus match I wanted to touch on, because I also watched the Gunther Sheamus King of the Ring first round match from earlier this year, which is maybe one of the best TV matches to happen all year. Definitely the best WWE TV match I've watched. But this match was just that. Like, again, but like 5 minutes shorter. It's so fucking good. They beat the dog shit out of each other in Stuttgart, wherever the fuck that is. But it rocks. So if you're looking for some more Gunther, there's like 4 fresh matches all on YouTube, all under 15 minutes, besides maybe one of the Dragunov matches. But they're good. They're good shit. Highly recommend watching those. I have also been watching more of my new favorite wrestler, Grom Zaza. In rings, I don't really have much more to say about him other than he fucking rocks. I was trying to find the exact match I watched that reminded me that I watched him, and now I recently went to like one big spreadsheet for everything, and it's just separated by pages, by sheets. So now there's just like everything. So I watched Shatorm Koba versus Grom Zaza. That match fucking rocks. And just to wrap it up, because again I'm not gonna stay here all day, I watched the first Bobu Momo Banana versus Team 200 kilograms tag match from back in April, maybe. No, February. And that match fucking rocks. Highly recommend. It's on YouTube. Sendai Girls, Shihiro Hashimoto and you versus Mio Momono and Yurika Oka, February 15th. You should absolutely go out of your way to watch that. It's just like 22 minutes of fucking insane, like, bomb fest. It's so fucking good. Highly recommend.
Is that all you'd like to discuss for this week, Tanner?
I watched a lot, but I don't think people care about like the random Raw matches I watched.
I can guarantee they don't.
I mean, yeah.
Why are you watching random Raw matches?
Raw has been putting together some like interesting matches. Like last night they ran Dragunov versus Dragon Lee versus Dom Mysterio. And I'm like, that sounds good. That's probably good.
I don't know about that.
They're running Gunther versus Sami Zayn again. That would probably be good.
That'll probably be good.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but I also watched Kaito versus Oiwa from the N1. That match also fucking rocks. I mean, as of right now, that's probably my top 10 matches of the year. But if you don't like those guys, you're not going to like that. It's a 30-minute grapple fuck session, so, you know, just know what you're getting into. 30-minute draw. Of course, because it's Noah. But that match fucking rocks.
That's a lot. I won't watch that, and it sounds scary.
Sam, I wouldn't recommend that you watch it.
Oh, I didn't mention Shinya Aoki versus Yuki Ueno. Really, the best thing I watched this week. But I wanted to mention Tim's talking about Yuki's rest of the year ranking. It should be Shinya Aoki.
There we go.
He's only wrestled like 6 times, but if they fucking rule every time.
Okay, so I wasn't even going to hit on it, Dan. I actually watched every Aoki match that's made tape this year.
Is it 6? It feels like it's... Wait.
It's
not...
It's 7, I think. I don't know if they all made tape. Yeah.
The Aikido match. The El Lindemann match, the Hashimoto match, and I believe 2 tags. No, I think everything's made tape.
Okay. I've only seen 3 of those, but they all 3 rock.
Yeah. I don't even know who his first challenger in DDT is, but if he holds the belt for even a couple of months, he's gonna be like a front runner. And like, I obviously like him against like Harashima would fucking rip. But yeah, I guess we'll just we'll wait and see on that front. But yeah, he's probably a top 10 contender for me right now.
Sam, you watch any wrestling?
I watched some wrestling. I did watch some wrestling. I watched a really fun, albeit rough, Charity King versus high-end professional wrestling match from New Texas from August. It's just a kind of classic bruiser versus white meat babyface. And probably a little rougher on the edges than a lot of people are willing to put up with. But I don't give a shit. So I thought that match was a ton of fun. I watched Sandra Moon versus Queen Aminata from Kitsune from March. I have not seen a single Queen Aminata match before. So I didn't know what to expect. She's been getting a lot of buzz for a long time. So I'm very late on the the path here, but
That doesn't
not a fun
like
match. What'd you say?
Said that doesn't sound like you at all, being late on the trend.
Did you say not a
I
fun
know.
match?
No, it is a fun match.
It is a fun match,
a fun
okay.
match. I feel like people are. I don't know. I don't understand the vast majority of women's wrestling fans.
Oh.
Seems like what they watch is not based in the same reality I am a lot of the time. It's like, I don't know what we're not seeing on the same here, but whatever. It feels like Ginger Moon has been talked down about. I think she's a total blast.
She's fun.
Full of piss and vinegar, and puts in her performance. So I dig her. It's a fun match. Best match I watched. Well, I'll start with not the best match I watched. I watched Zack Sabre Jr. versus Teton from the New Japan Capital. Is it Capital Combat? What the hell is it called?
Capital Collision.
There we go. Fun match. Thumbs up. Recommend. Zack Sabre Jr. top 10 wrestler of the year this year.
Pretty easily.
Pretty easily. There we go. And when Tanner says it, you know it's after top 10.
You know I'm fucking spitting.
But no, this has been, I don't know, it's up there for Zach's career year as well.
Oh, I think it's pretty easily his career year, if I'm being honest.
I need to check that show out because I heard Naito gave even less effort in the TJP match than he did in the Moxley match, and I need to see what that looks like.
That sounds awesome.
I saw people were
Teton.
mad that he wore the shirt the whole time on Reddit. People were like, I
Is
can't
that-
believe he came to America and wore the shirt.
In 2024, that really happened?
I'm like, that's been his whole deal in America for 10 years.
Yeah, that's Naito working a non-title mid-card match in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
like do you know the wrestler you're watching?
Yeah,
that's like getting mad at John Cena for doing the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. I'm like, dude, Naito was doing that in America, working main events with functional knees. Like, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it was awesome.
I was saying something and now I don't really know where.
You
about-
think you were ripping on women's wrestling fans or something?
Oh yeah, most of them are a little weird.
Ooh, no
Hot
DQ
take.
match. No DQ tag match. Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew.
Give me a goddamn second here. Teton, Hall of Very Good. Like, put him in there. West Coast Wrecking Crew versus Tom Lawler versus Fred Rosser.
sounds
Best
fun.
match on the show, probably. Best match I watched from the year 2024 over the past week.
Didn't this show have a Hechicero and Vera's tag?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, look who they're going against.
I don't know. I don't have the card in front of me. I'm just going off.
It's TMDK.
Fuck. Okay. Well,
You can't fix everything. But
Might as well
This match
be wrestling a couple broomsticks.
yeah, might as well be wrestling Tetsuya Naito and his good friend Tetsuya Naito.
and that match could still end up being good because Tetsuya and Veers are two all-time great wrestlers. But this is just a generally borderline great match. Fred Rosser rips ass. Give it to him. Rocks shit. I love
Dude, he rules.
it. I love when him and Lawler are doing like stereo spots across the ring from each other, and Tom needs to hit the fucking gym because Fred is just throwing heat, and it's like, I don't know, looks like ass sometimes. I have not watched a ton of West Coast Wrecking Crew. When I do watch their stuff, it tends to leave me a little cold. But this not so at all. They looked great here.
I usually have a
So-
fun time with them. I think they're a perfectly good tag team.
they're like solid hands, but like love Tom Lawler. Fred Rosser has been like, I don't think he's worked a ton of matches this year, but he is like, whenever he's on a show, he is a joy. Like when they were running Strong regularly, like when they were doing TV, I would watch any Fred Rosser match because he was the Strong open weight champion, and he was phenomenal. He was awesome in that role. He had a match with Fred Yehai that was really fun. Like a match with Tom Lawler that was really, really good. Like Fred Rosser kicks ass.
He had a Chris Dickinson match I remember liking.
Yeah.
All the canceled guys and Tom Lawler.
Yeah, go out your way to watch this match. I think to me this felt like West Coast Wrecking Crew at what you would want them to be, like meeting your expectations in your brain to some degree.
Maybe tag team of the year.
What's the competition?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you have 2 good matches as a tag team this year. I feel like you're in consideration.
Well, hey, we'll talk about it later this year.
Hey, I know. I'm just.
We'll get there. Are they on the sheet? Are they on the document? Let's get on the document, folks.
It was talked about in the Discord earlier this week about who tag team of the year is, and I don't know. It's like, I feel like 2 guys just randomly teaming could just as well win it.
I think it's
probably still Darby Allin and Sting.
It may be Darby and Sting. Like, no shit. I saw that Joseph in his year-end video said the Conglomerate, but that feels like cheating.
No, he said it was Team 200 kg.
No,
he said it could be them.
Yes,
like they make a dark horse. Yeah.
Yes, he said the Conglomerate would be a dark horse.
I think that's stupid.
I think that's too many guys.
Yeah, that team that's like 48 dudes. Like they have some good matches sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, by the way, the faction with like Mark Briscoe and Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly and trios and 8-man tags exclusively is good. Like, yeah, I bet they are. My tag team of the year is Roderick Strong. Period.
Here we go.
I'm looking. I don't even think the conglomeration has. I think they have two straight tag team matches.
Yeah, and I think it's 2 different combinations of them, if I'm not mistaken.
It's against the Undisputed Kingdom. So I'm like, is this the high end stuff they got working?
That's what I'm saying. Hey, if they can be in it, why can't Michael Bennett, Matt Taven, and Roderick Strong be nominated?
No, throw in Roosh and what's Taurus's new name? The Beast Mortos.
Now we're talking.
Throw them all in there. I think all the heels in AEW are the tag team of the year.
Hell yeah. And then number 2 is just Roderick Strong on his own.
Tag team of the year is just undercard fun 3.5-star tag match.
I mean, like, we all love Joseph. He has really good takes on like the host of this show. But he's wrong here.
Well, I have added West Coast Wrecking Crew and Darby and Sting to tag team of the year.
Are Sinner and Saint on there?
No, I can add them. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
you're not going to add them, or you are going to add them?
I can.
Oh, okay.
Add Go Shiozaki and Atsushi Koda.
No, don't do that. But
Go Shitazaki.
I'm at.
You got him.
Hey, add Jun Akiyama and Yuji Nagata.
Oh my god.
They had one great.
You should hang up the phone. He got you.
He didn't get me.
It feels like he did.
My name's not Go Shiozaki.
No, it's Go Shitazaki. I got you.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was, though? If I changed my name legally to Go Shiozaki.
Please don't do that.
They do it for the bit. Oh, I was going to thank everybody at the top of the show, but I forgot. Hey, thanks everybody that wrote and read anything for Wet Hot American Dragon. That's over now, but that's really cool that we only had 1 flake the entire time, and that's because Dan could not stop DMing them.
It's true.
But yeah, huge shout out for everybody that made that happen. And supported the site and stuff like that. That's really, really cool.
Thanks everyone who bought a mug. Also,
Yeah, shout out.
People
to
got 'em
everybody who
already.
bought mugs. Yeah,
got one
so-
person that's already got them.
Yep.
Folk, you can keep buying them too. Like, you don't have to stop.
Nope.
They're not limited.
Nope. Not limited time. We may do limited stuff in the future, but these mugs ain't it.
Let's find out how many they can produce. Let's just test the limit of this site.
I will say it's very fun, not to like dox anybody. It's very fun that people are ordering like multiple mugs.
How is that doxing someone?
Well, I don't know.
Were you gonna say their address? That'd be weird.
Yeah, it's really cool that blank blank from blank blank and blank blank bought 3 mugs.
Oh yeah, my mug gets here tomorrow. So
I think mine is between the 9th and the 11th, but it may get here quicker because it seems like everybody's getting theirs faster than they anticipated. Seems like it's taking.
I'm
about a
very
week.
excited.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. We had 2 different mugs, a good mix of people getting both mugs. So I'm happy to see it.
Yep, very very cool that people are doing that. Because I'm pretty sure we said it last week, but just to reiterate, it's not like we're pocketing that money. Like all that money's going back into the website in some way. So just know that.
I am not embezzling the money.
Yeah, I wasn't suspicious until
other
this
means.
line of statements.
But
I am not embezzling the money T-shirt, etc., etc.
Oh my god, should we sell a t-shirt that says I'm not embezzling? Let's sell a t-shirt.
Hit the music.
I want a
Hit the
t-shirt.
music.
I want a t-shirt that says like trying to buy Tanner a Steam Deck.
Play that funky music, white boy.
All right, it's time for the big top this week. You heard it. And this week, we're talking your favorite promotion, my favorite promotion, Evolve, baby.
We found a topic that's dumber than fantasy football, and this one's wrestling related.
I was gonna ask. I had this idea about 4 minutes before the podcast. And it may still be possible. Is it possible that somebody can rip Bucky singing Lenny's feet, and that be the intro to this week's show?
Clear with Bucky. You guys had that DM group.
I can't even get Bucky back on another podcast.
All right, I'm googling Lenny's feet. Anyway, no one knows what the heck you're talking about when you say that, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's 9:15.
So,
This is actually the perfect timing because we had to pay $99 for 45 minutes of Gabe Sapolsky's time. So welcome to the show.
Hey guys, this is Dave.
I mean,
Sorry.
see, Dan is so fucking insane. I thought he just had Gabe on his personal cell phone, and I thought Gabe was about to start
No,
talking.
because I told Gabe I'd only have him on if we did the draft episode first.
Oh man. So
man.
I will also say we came into this discussion. Well, first off, a little sauce, a little behind the scenes stuff here. A little making the sauce. We've started planning our topics ahead.
Episode
this one
17.
Hey, don't give too much away.
Yeah, multiple weeks in advance actually. So we're really on top of this shit. And
People
We
get
just put
no show
Evolve.
as structure.
Evolve for this week, and we're like, you know what? Whatever that means to each of us, let's just do that. Which does in fact mean that I don't know if any of us has come to this podcast with any point of view of what they want to talk about when it comes to your favorite promotion, my favorite promotion, Evolve.
Well, Chris was ready about 3 weeks ago before his throat took him out.
Yeah, I was ready. I did rewatch the Great Show, maybe the only Evolve show that ever mattered. Evolve 10, a tribute to the arena, from the Asylum Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the acclaimed show.
I also watched that show.
Famously, the
from start
final
to-
show.
from top to bottom.
The final show at that arena.
Well,
Well,
I mean, JD Vance did a little press conference in the parking lot.
you gotta stop talking about JD Vance so much, man.
we were telling you before the show, Tanner. Come
Yeah, I
on.
know, it's a problem.
You're like, wait, the donut shop wasn't that bad, actually.
That's how people talk
And then you
to
kept saying,
people.
"How long have you guys been on the podcast?"
Yeah, we wanted Tanner to kind of specify like more, like what do you want specifically to talk about Evolve, and he was just like, whatever makes sense.
My son won't stop talking to me about damn Pikachu. If y'all,
No, I get you.
okay.
I actually have no idea. That one's over my head.
He's mentioned in several interviews that his
He
son
hates his son's Pokemon and he loves
he
Mountain
hate-
Dew. He's a normal guy.
Yeah, he hates his son. And apparently, when Trump called him to ask him to be the VP nomination, his son came up to him and tried to show him like a Pokemon something. He's like, "Son, can you shut the hell up for 30?" He has told this. This is his words. Son, can you shut the hell up for 30 seconds about damn Pikachu?
He did not sound like that. But what are you gonna do?
He did sound like that. I mean, he had less emotion than me. I guess I am a bit of a performer.
But yeah, Evolve 10, a show that did outdraw JD Vance at the arena.
Yeah.
And killed off the popular podcast. We don't know Evolve.
That's true. That was a popular podcast. It produced that hit song "Lenny's Feet."
Lots of people are saying that. Yeah.
Lots of people are saying that. It's a good song.
No, Chris, maybe did you come to the same conclusion I did though? The show, it's fine.
It is fine.
I wanted to be
Who
really,
doesn't
really
love-
bad, and it wasn't really bad.
Who doesn't love watching Cheech and Cloudy explode? I know Sam
Again.
loves that shit.
I've been watching it for years.
The two goats.
Don't talk about your
Two
bedroom
goats.
stuff.
Upstate Legends.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Edit that one out.
I'm editing it to the front of the show.
Chuck Taylor and Rich Swann versus the Super Smash Brothers kind of felt like it went 5 hours, but
Dude, Kyle Matthews was on this fucking show?
yeah, he wrestled John Davis.
Holy fuck. Not only for the match guide, match link.
What
less
felt
than 5
like
minutes.
7 hours was the fucking Caleb Conley and Scott Reed versus the Beaver Boys, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. That
I could see how that match would feel.
yeah, you just like look at that match on the card and it's nap time. Like even even at my most evolve pill, you see that match on the card and it's sleepy time. Jigsaw versus AR Fox, good match, good ass match. That's two good wrestlers.
Next match, also good.
I have visceral reactions when I see Pinky Sanchez in the ring.
Because he's a good wrestler. He pulls out the emotion in you.
That's one way to describe it.
Talking about Carpenter Ant.
Whoa, come on now.
Keep it fucking kayfabe, brother.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Like-
I'll edit,
You know what?
I'll edit
It's
that out. I'll edit that
surprising.
out.
It was surprising that Pinky Sanchez worked Chikara for so long.
Is it?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like the guy. It feels like too many drugs in that body for Mike Quackenbush. Likes a clean locker room.
Yeah.
Likes to keep it predatory but clean.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be up
Yeah.
there as like. I mean, so many guys stay with Chikara so long, but he's probably top 20 in like tenure. He was there forever. This is now the Chikara episode.
I thought you were
Nah,
talking
top
about.
20.
I thought you were talking about drug use.
No, he's top
I'm
like
yeah, he
2,
Was, he was probably a top 20 drug user allegedly in Chikara. Yeah, I agree.
and he's allegedly Carpenter Ant. We don't know.
Yeah, allegedly.
So how did you approach this,
Evolve
Sam?
10.
You came in like you had a fucking plan.
Yes, I know how I'm approaching this topic.
He demanded to be the host.
Yeah, Sam has
No.
never once said in the 10 years I have done podcasts with him.
Well, that's because I just hosted.
I'm talking about approaching the topic.
Oh. So I thought we just talked about Evolve 10 the entire time. That seemed like Chris already had a good...
Well, we're going way too fast. Let's slow down.
We gotta slow it down. This Evolve 10 pretty much the big thing for that show is low-key versus 2. Like, that's the whole bit. No one remembers anything else from the show except that. Low-key knocking his ass out.
It's only
I
only
think
remember
that's
the
beautiful.
beginning and the end of the show. It's all I remember.
I couldn't even
True.
remember that was the arena show. Like that
Evolve
match,
10 was a big deal.
that match to me like transcends the arena.
It's a beautiful match.
I love Loki so much, but isn't it amazing that was, 12 years ago?
12
And he's
fucking years ago.
already, like, just destroying his career.
I was fucking 16 when that shit happened. And
That's gross.
people were talking on the WrestleZone forums that Loki needed to go to prison.
You know what? Probably did.
Arrested for being too cool, too much swag.
Arrested for too much swag.
They'll kill you, Loki.
They'll kill you, Loki. They'll kill you for real style.
All right, I think I have a good way to kind of tackle the subject. Dan, would you mind telling us your top 5 Evolve wrestlers ever?
First off, how dare you?
Number
I have been
one.
very adamant that I don't want to give any takes on this show because next week we're doing an Evolve draft, and I think that's a ridiculous order. When I'm gonna be like, oh, I actually am low-key a big Pinky Sanchez fan. Now he's gonna go 6 rounds earlier. I'm gonna get sniped.
Fucking NFL.
I'm gonna get sniped. Hey, you know what's cool about Evolve 10?
And
Listen, you gotta play some fucking games before you have a draft.
have you ever heard of a fucking red herring?
Yeah, or a blue
I
one.
hate Pinky Sanchez. I'm
lying?
playing both sides here.
Yeah, lie. Number 1
Just lie.
wrestler all time, Tony Nese.
Number 1.
I already showed you guys my list.
First hero.
140 is Adam Cole.
145 was I.
140. Yeah.
I went and took 5 people out. They got canceled.
Which is crazy that you went to 145. So if you don't know, we're doing an Evolve draft next week, and y'all are going to get to vote on whose show is better. We're only drafting like 25 guys, so I don't know why.
Someone said 30, which is still means I did 25 too many wrestlers. Yeah,
30
okay.
times 4 is still 120.
I just got into the mood. You never just get in the mood to rank
I
stuff.
ranked even more.
Hey, there you go. It's fun.
Is it?
You get in the zone.
You get in the zone. You're like, do I like Ashley 6?
Well, if it's a true Evolve show, there's not going to be any women. Let's just.
That's a man.
Oh.
That's a Canadian man.
It's Canadian,
Hey. Oh well.
which is barely a person, but
I mean, I've talked so much about Loki. It's like now you guys know I like Loki. Who knew?
Well, goddamn, who could have guessed that?
Yeah.
Talked about low-key wrestling a Gulf Coast wrestling 20 fucking minutes ago.
Right.
Only person on this fucking planet that knew he even wrestled in Cottondale, Florida.
I once a week minimum type in Loki and Loki verse in YouTube and go sort by upload date.
I usually search low-key reading Bible.
I'd listen to that if that was out there.
Low-key money tips.
Loki versus
Low-key
Uncle
money
Money. Uncle Money.
Dude,
Low-key
Goddamn.
low-key crypto strategy.
Oh, man. Speaking of Gabe. So that's how I wanted to tackle this week. I want to talk about Gabe's pivot to crypto grifter post-Evolve. First of all, without looking at Cage Match, could y'all tell me the last match in Evolve history?
Is Josh Briggs in it?
I already looked at Cage Match to find out the exact question, so I can't answer this one.
It was Josh Briggs versus AR Fox in a non-title match. You may be wondering, well, what title would the title have been? And I can't answer that.
The Evolve Championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would
Josh
be
Briggs.
That would be it.
Was Josh Briggs was the last Evolve champion?
Yes!
Goddamn.
Okay, I feel like we're only covering the end of Evolve and Evolve 10 when I'm telling you it's promotion of the fucking 2010s. Sorry to tell you.
Oh yeah, this did start as a joke of that Wow, the last Evolve title match was Josh Briggs versus Anthony Green.
Which, like, the last, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Evolve shows don't fall in the decade, I guess, but...
Hey, that's a better case.
So, I said it does help it. That Josh Briggs shit,
I'm certainly
5
looking
matches
at the
gone.
card for Evolve Do or Die 2.
It's funny
Honestly,
that,
I don't know why we didn't do the draft this week.
oh my god.
The more we get into it, it's
Listen.
like Tanner wants to. It's like, oh, gotta educate people. Do you think anyone is fucking being educated by us right now on what Evolve was or is?
They're like, Loki knocked somebody out, and
Yeah.
Josh Briggs was the last champion. They know a lot.
Dude, I learned something new about our fucking listeners, our fucking audience, every fucking week. There are people in our Discord that were born mere months before the 2008 financial crisis. They were a fucking toddler when we were online buying iPay-per-views.
What's your point?
Well, I mean, I guess that was it.
All I'm saying, if we're gonna do an Evolve discussion,
All right, I'll
should
take
we
the
not
first
try
pick.
to educate
Low-key.
people? I'll take the first.
For those that do not know, Evolve Wrestling was the brainchild of one Gabe Sapolsky, the genius, the legend, the myth.
Oh, this actually fits
man.
in with the site, though, because he formed it with
With other genius.
other genius, Bryan Danielson, of Wet Hot American Dragon Summer.
Correct.
Well, I don't think you could say he was of that. He was technically no affiliation.
Well, you know, who knows?
He did not.
It all started with those two, chatting it up.
Danielson,
Cutting it up.
Danielson, one of those guys. I love Danielson. He's my goat. He thinks he's like people because he's like nice and like he's like, oh, he's smart. He thinks Kane's the smartest fucking guy he ever met, and he thinks Evolve's a great name for a wrestling company.
Now, to be fair, the Kane take is held in a lot of WWE
Yeah.
biographies. And
Because they're all idiots.
Yeah. Like, even Batista wrote in his book, was like, yeah, nobody would believe Kane's like the smartest guy I know. He can talk about politics for hours. This is before, I don't know, wrestlers could vote or whatever. I don't know what really happened.
But yeah, Gabe
shouldn't be allowed
Sapolsky and Danielson make this promotion to be. I assume Danielson's the ace of it, and then he goes, "Sorry, Gabe, I'm out of here."
But let me hand you off to the newly crowned king of this style, your friend and mine, good old DR, Dave Richards.
Is now going to be
Are
a
we
Davey
starting
Richards.
at-
Evolve
at
1, yeah.
fucking
You
Evolve
told us
1?
we have to educate people, but you want to start where? At the end with Josh Briggs?
Oh my god, you want to talk about the history of the Earth? You start at fucking Genesis? Who fucking care?
I don't understand. I think that makes sense.
Start the Big Bang.
But then what's so great about it is Davey Richards only on Evolve 1. Then he's
I
out.
don't think.
Well, that's not,
you have
he
to
comes
talk
back
about
later. but
World. If you want to educate somebody quickly about world history,
You just start going, hey, do you know who George Washington is? There's a funny joke about Abraham Lincoln.
you don't even have to bring up George Washington. You start at World War II.
What the? Do you know what the Earth is, my man?
I said world history. I didn't say Earth history.
What is the difference between the Earth and the world?
World is the people. Earth is the planet.
I'm going insane here.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a complete loss.
So
Anywho.
above 130, evolution's end.
David Richards main events that first show against Kota Ibushi, but
Really fun
this
match.
immediately kicks off the Dragon Gate USA Evolve rift with Gabe's old stomping grounds, Ring of Honor, where these two promotions cannot have their talent interact on major platforms. And Dave Richards is never seen from again.
Dream.
Well, he comes back.
He comes back, but he's no longer with ROH at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
And it's like 4 years down the line.
shove it up your butt.
So it's like, it's a Danielson promotion, it's a Davey Richards promotion. Then what is it?
A Chris Hero promotion till 2017, even when he's not there.
Even when he's not there and was never champion.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
incorrect.
Was he Evolve champion?
He was Evolve champion. Just because Taylor says something doesn't mean that's correct. He's the second Evolve champion.
Oh, yeah, but that was before that it really counted.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You could talk. Unfortunately, I watched a match today that involved the WWN Championship, and it's really wrecked my mind as far as what this promotion does.
Yeah, I also thought he was WWN champion and not Evolve champion. That's on me. Those titles do become unified at one point, though.
Anyway,
Actually, I don't know if that's correct. I don't know why I said correct. I've said correct twice now. I regret it both times.
You just
Hey, one more and I pop out of here.
Do your own research. Do your own research.
you gotta
everybody.
stop.
No,
Everything Tanner's saying is wrong. He's like, I want to evolve. I want to educate people. Chris Hero never evolved champion.
Yeah.
There's only been 10 champions.
Yeah, and they haven't ran a real show in 9 years.
Then why aren't we just doing the draft? Why are we educating people about a promotion apparently we don't know about?
Because we needed to fill another week in September, Dan!
Oh my god. We didn't have to do that, actually. Because we could have just bumped everything forward a week. And then we had plenty of time.
Nah, we were fucked.
Anyway, Evolve had, despite the strange mind of Gabe Sapolsky, constant, like, never learning how to run a live stream ever.
No.
The tragic experiment with the failed streaming website FlowSlam, the brief flirtation with FlowSlam.
Sam and I were at the only WrestleMania weekend that was on FlowSlam.
The worst streaming service in history.
Agreed.
But
I have
they
a quick little synopsis here about what Evolve is, Chris, when you get through.
they had a lot of good wrestling. Essentially, even before like WWE came in an official capacity in 2015 is when they like ran trial matches for the Cruiserweight Classic. It was one of the places where if you were working a lot of Evolve matches, if you were in like the main event scene, it was a good sign that you were going to get signed.
I mean, it was like one of the only live streamed indie promotions at that time.
Yes.
It was just the easiest way to get out there.
Yeah, because otherwise you were waiting like 3 months for the PWG show. Sorry, I cannot speak tonight.
Yeah. It was Evolve or Triple H had to be live at the ROH show where Mike Bennett broke that guy's neck. I don't remember who it was.
And so, like, a lot of guys who ended up getting signed or becoming big deals in Japan, like Zack Sabre Jr., obviously Chris Hero did a lot of his, like, post-initial NXT run before its second NXT run as the ace of Evolve, Matt Riddle, Drew Gulak.
Sami Callihan had his first post NXT matches in Evolve.
Drew Galloway, that was one of his big indie promotions alongside his TNA run, where he kind of did his rehabilitation of his image, like Walter before. Like, he was around forever, but he became, like, a big deal in America working those Evolve shows. And then they officially got bought by WWE and had a lot of NXT talent come in and out, and it was kind of weird. Eddie Kingston had a run. That was kind of weird.
There was also a thing with the NXT guys where they would have to main event the shows, but it had to be a dark main event.
Yeah, strange stuff. But a lot of good wrestling in there, and like, not just for the sake of our Evolve draft, but like when we talk about the VP 2010s, which are coming up very soon, you want to talk about those like work rate guys. You want to talk about your Chris Heroes, your Zack Sabre Juniors, a little bit of like Roderick Strong wasn't a huge presence in Evolve, but he had stuff there.
I mean, Thatcher's whole case.
Yeah, Thatcher.
Evolve.
Timothy Thatcher, a lot of his big stuff is in Evolve, and so like you talk about like the like IWTV boom, where like now every indie show gets streamed somewhere.
Yep. You had to buy individual pay-per-views for Evolve.
Now
I cannot imagine people doing that today.
Now,
because nobody was illegally streaming Evolve.
we've been talking down about Gabe Sapolsky a lot, but that led them to Flow Slam, where I think he got millions of dollars from Flow Sports, and he did not upgrade the production one fucking cent.
It got worse.
Yeah,
He pocketed that money, and then Flow Slam was around for like 6 months, long enough for me to say, hey, I think Flow Slam isn't working. Brent Brookhouse, the leader of it, blocks me on Twitter after cursing me out. But then that leads, right at the end of Flow Slam is when Powerbomb TV's coming around, because I know they gave everyone that had a Flow Slam subscription a free year, I think, of Powerbomb, yeah.
Yep.
And that leads to IWTV and then Fight and then where we are today with everything being shitty.
Yeah, and now people get mad on Twitter about how much they get paid per hour of viewed content.
Like, it's more than 3 cents.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure Chris Hero's Evolve champion. We're all just guessing.
He was.
Oh, just guess.
There's no way. There's no way to know.
Hey, is that the name of this week's podcast? We're all just guessing.
Didn't seem like everyone loved it, so we'll keep working on it.
We'll keep looking at it.
Sorry I brought that one up, guys. That was on me.
Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Man, Evolve.
How much money do you think they could have gotten from Triller?
Oh God, kids.
I think Gabe could get money from them today. At least $99 for 45 minutes.
Money today.
Can I say something like no? Like I'm not like bidding. I'm not doing bullshit. If Gabe were to decide to run an Evolve show in like November, I think it would probably be the most, because of the like lore behind Evolve now, I think it'd be one of the most talked about indie shows all year.
But he probably can't run an Evolve show.
Doesn't own it.
He doesn't own it.
Yeah, he doesn't own it.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just talking. If he somehow acquired the rights back.
I don't think so.
Of the
I don't
Evolve
think
name.
so.
You don't think so? You don't think like now, like, because I mean, there's like people in our Discord that's like, yeah, I've heard a bunch of people talk about Evolve, but I was fucking 4 years old when they went out of business.
Now, touching on something we talked about earlier, Zack Sabre Jr. If it's not this year, it's like 2017, like his big Evolve year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I still think it's this year.
I think it's probably this year too, but I'm just
a fairly decent margin.
Just looking through old Evolve results, and I'm like, lots of good stuff here.
Well,
Also
Zack
look
Sabre
through
Jr.
old We Don't Wrestling 100s.
His best match in Evolve ever was that Roddy Strong match that went like 30 minutes. God damn, that match fucking rocks. I think 20.
He's got
2015.
He's got a great title match with Darby.
I mean, listen to like that has Zack Sabre Jr. versus Roderick Strong, Hero Trevor Lee, Thatcher, Drew Galloway. There's other matches, we're gonna ignore those, but like they just were constantly running. Like they had like 10 guys who were like 10 of the best fucking guys in the world, and they were just running them all against each other.
Yeah, and you didn't even mention like Biff.
Oh, fucking Biff! I'm not mentioning names that aren't been mentioned yet. Just for the record, there's a draft.
Yeah, like the entire like grapple fuck like revolution of like like watching some Biff Busick,
Yeah.
Drew Gulak
Biff
matches,
versus Hero,
Timothy Thatcher.
Biff Thatcher, Thatcher Gulak. I mean, literally, isn't it crazy that fucking Beyond Drew is the one that ran a fucking round robin tournament with them, not Gabe.
Gabe doesn't like tournaments. He doesn't respect them.
Yeah, obviously.
Excuse me, the
Unless he has
style
a whole
battle.
promotion. Unless he has a whole promotion dedicated to
Hey,
it.
listen, Style Battle was a show before it was a brand, baby.
Yeah, but he fucking blew it so bad with the shows that he
Well,
just
Style
said
Battle as a concept fucking sucks.
his style is mauling.
That's
Right.
Bloodsport.
Brad
style.
Kitchen's
I bet Gabe still owns Style Battle. There we go. You think if
There
you're
we
Style
go.
Battle in November?
Well, so somebody still has to own WWN because that's still a real website you can go
No,
to.
Sal
Yeah, we've
does,
talked
yeah.
about that on this website or on this podcast.
So much
So-
more than any
WWN
other
still
podcast.
exists.
It's still Sal's baby.
No, I think Gabe could use it.
I'm sure Sal would let him.
Yeah, brother, give me half a
Salt the Earth guy right there.
man. What's everybody's
Anyway,
favorite
Dan,
Evolve
top
matchup?
5.
Oh.
Top 5 Evolve wrestlers. Dan, come on.
Pinky Sanchez, Sabu, Justin Credible, Ethan Page, Adam Cole.
Yep.
You piece
Yep.
of shit.
That's a great fucking 5, Dan. I couldn't.
That's my first 5 rounds, unless you guys snipe any of those people. So
What were you going to say, Tanner?
I said that. Yeah, that's a great 5. I couldn't have said it better myself.
there you go.
Oh, no, I thought you were about to ask people about matches.
Oh yeah, I mean, I did say matches. I mean, it's not hard to guess Dan's like 5 guys. I mean, he mentioned them all, right?
Yeah, Pinky Sanchez.
Thank you, Sam. Like I'm talking.
Harlem Bravado, Lancelot Bravado, John Davis.
Anthony Green.
Oh, man. Who is the Andre Chase? Which Bravado was that? Is that Harlem?
There's no way to know.
Impossible to
I
say.
think you're talking about Queen's Bravado. Get it? Y'all get it? That's a New York joke.
Harlem. Okay. So someone put a tweet out there. It was like,
No way.
wow, I knew Andre Chase was a real ball knower because there was another tweet that said that he knew who Nigel McGuinness was. And I nearly died because how would a person that wrestled in the same promotion not know who a colleague is, for Christ's sakes?
Employed at the same time. They were employed at the same. Hey, Sam, you're a ball knower. You know that Syracuse is orange.
Holy shit. It's like someone saying I'm a ball knower because I know who Dan Rice is. Jesus Christ.
Whoa, you know Fight Haskins? God damn.
Now I have a question for next week's draft. If they wrestled only a dark match, can I draft them? Because I got Aaron Solo here.
They gotta show up on an
No,
pay-per-view.
No, he can draft Aaron Solo. I'll allow it.
All right, thank you. Oh, how much did
Yeah, you have to be
Jason
able to
Rance
draft a dumb
wrestle?
motherfucker.
Oh, surprise, it's a fucking mixed tag. This guy's a fucking creep. No, no way.
Good promotion.
He's still in WWE. I'm sure of it. Helping
What were
Kenny
you gonna say,
Omega.
Chris?
Helping Kenny Omega rehab.
What were you about to say, Chris?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Hey Chris, you have the best. You have the best 4 minutes of this show talking about the actual history of Evolve. I'm gonna cut it out.
So-
I'm really sorry about it.
We crushed.
Yeah, I'm
we
glad I
crushed
could
it.
enlighten some people. I try to be the ball knower that also watches the least amount of wrestling. At least
don't-
this week. I took the mantle from Sam this week.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Anytime Sam watches wrestling, I scoot back in my chair. Like I'm like, what's happening?
Like, oh, what's going on here?
Sam, how many matches from 2024 do you think you have watched?
Oh, this is fun.
I don't fucking know. I don't
Less
got
than
a
100?
effing clue.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
probably less
say
than 100.
definitely less than 100.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
between 150 and 100. That feels safe.
Do you not like keep up with them?
Keep it with
I mean,
Who?
you don't have like a Google Doc, a notebook. Seems like you do.
I don't. Well, see, I don't really keep track of the matches that I don't think are good.
No, I mean,
So
Yeah, same.
yeah.
Otherwise, there would be so many. We've talked about this. There would be so many IWRG like openers, and that I would just have to wade through on my spreadsheet.
So I have like 40 matches that I think are good from this year on my spreadsheet.
I would like to see that list. Not questioning that you.
How much
have
Noah's
40,
on there?
I'm just interested. Yeah,
There's about 35 matches from
That makes
Noah.
sense, makes sense.
Yeah. Sam
Zero.
watched the whole in one. He was actually on those podcasts with Cole.
Zero fucking.
Evolve is a first-person shooter video game developed by Turtle Rock Studios and published by 2K.
The Street Profits
pretty
were
fun.
Evolve Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, they were. So I watched Eddie Kingston versus Montez Ford.
Hold on, we're
That's crazy.
Why
There's
was
so
he-
many
why were
matches
they
in
there?
Evolve. That's so crazy.
Well, I watched that back-to-back night. I watched the Eddie Kingston versus JD Drake WWE title match. There was no DQ. Great match. Fucking ripped. Eddie Kingston does eye work the whole match, which is just cool. Do more eye work, everybody. I think JD Drake is fine. Professional wrestler. I've gotten lower on the man myself.
See, he's playing games here at the drafts next week. I'm not fucking falling for it.
Or do I actually hold that opinion?
I'm getting Anthony Henry and I'm getting Drake in the term because I'm pick number 1. So when it comes back and I get 2 in a row,
Term, your pick number 1.
the same way I got pick number 1 in the fantasy draft, cheating.
You really wanted CMC real bad. Anywho,
Now you're saying you watched that whole show, Evolve 119?
No.
Oh, I was like,
No,
there's
I'm
Priscilla
not
Kelly
fucking-
versus Trisha Dora on here.
Well, he obviously watched that.
it does have Fabian Archer versus Darby Allin,
That sounds cool.
which is a sick match. Do watch that. Fabian Archer, famously NXT champion. That's a fact that everyone knows and is aware of, including myself.
Wasn't his last name Ackner?
NXT
Oh,
champion,
you're-
not
you're
tag
correct.
champion.
You're
Was he a tag
brother,
team champion?
they just kept calling him NXT champion. I'm fairly certain when I looked at his cage match, I went to titles.
Yeah,
It says just tag champion.
Yeah,
you
he
know
was
what?
tag
Evolve. You know what? Lenny Leonard, you bitch ass.
And you know what?
motherfucker.
He wasn't
Stop
even-
saying he's NXT champion.
He wasn't
He's
even-
NXT
Lenny.
tag champion.
He wasn't even tag
Post
champion
me.
at that point.
Well, they didn't say he was currently.
No, he
Yes,
hadn't won the title at that point. He was a former Evolve champion.
Maybe they were just guessing.
No, they were saying NXT, brother. They were saying NXT.
I don't know what to
left,
tell ya.
right, and center.
Doesn't
Yeah,
seem right.
there's no way Sam would have just came up with that on his own.
I'm not like Tanner. I don't lie on purpose.
Y'all remember when Joey Styles did commentary for Evolve one weekend?
Oh,
And
what
then
did he say? He wanted to make America great again, and people got real sad about it. That's all he said.
He said something like that.
He definitely quoted Donald Trump.
Yeah, he definitely quoted Trump, and it wasn't that. And Gabe said, "Oh,
Gabe said, "We're all voting for him, but I got to pretend I don't like you now."
yeah."
There we go. Well, you know what? Now I'm really pissed off. Why did they make this such a talking point on commentary? God damn it.
He had not
Anyway,
even
that
won any titles in Evolve at that point. They
No.
lied to you.
What the hell are we doing?
Man, I can't believe it, Sam. Did you know the Skulk were Evolve Tag Team Champions?
Love the Skulk.
I would believe you on this.
Writing that down.
They
Chris.
were
Love
they were
this.
heavily on these shows. They were
were-
getting pushed.
They were on the end of Evolve shows, yeah. The non
Anyway, after watching the JD Drake match, I was like, you know what? I was not watching Evolve in 2019 because I also wasn't watching much wrestling in the year 2019, if I recall.
Same.
Oh, that's not true. My spreadsheet's fucking littered. Holy shit! What was I doing? That's the most
It's like,
I've ever
I watched-
fucking. I have 209 matches I think are good or better. That's a lot for me.
1,400 matches in 2019.
That is a lot, guys. What am I fucking talking about here? Anyway,
God damn. Did you get married in 2019? No.
No, 2018.
Yeah, but-
Also, when I Control F Evolve, nothing pops up. So fuck 'em.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's
So I was
crazy.
not giving a shit.
I wonder if there's any.
Anyway.
election
I wanted to see how Kingston was like. Oh, how does he perform the night after the big title match? He doesn't win or anything. So I'm like, what does that look like? Montez Ford, what are those two jabrones doing in Evolve that late? Weird period where they were integrating the NXT talent before it just felt like somehow sub NXT was the Evolve purpose.
Fuck. I have a lot of 2019 matches too.
Is that pretty much what Evolve NXT Level Up is? I don't keep track of these promotions these days.
I guess. Except
Like,
you don't
that's
get Eddie Kingston, you don't get Darby Allin.
You don't get the good wrestlers.
To be
Yeah, you
fair,
don't-
I wouldn't know if you did got them. I don't watch.
It's all like complete performance center people, basically. But yeah, that's the like Level Up was the replacement of 205 Live.
Rest in peace. Just for reference, for 2019, where I said I also did not watch a lot of wrestling, I have 343 matches on my spreadsheet, and Evolved does not show up one time. I guess 2020 was the year I didn't watch a lot of wrestling. Yeah, I only have 58.
Wow,
All right.
great stuff.
What a
Well,
primer.
everyone.
And well, if that's not a fucking glowing endorsement for Evolve, I don't know what it is.
Joey Styles didn't even say the P word. He just left it blank.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, he
said it.
didn't. I'm reading an article right now. He just let it. He said, if our next president were here, he'd grab you by the... It's fine. It's fine. You're allowed to do that. Just not in Evolve. He's got some good Twitter stuff that came up, too. Our Marxist president is in the Middle East apologizing for the USA and snubbing Israel. The disgrace continues. Obama hid from his middle name Hussein during the election, now brags about how many Muslims live in America. He's a fraud.
Oh my god.
Is he tweeting this like?
No, this was old stuff. This was from
Oh.
Evolve time though. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I don't know why we were shocked about Joey Styles. Apparently, he's just a cool dude.
I thought he was tweeting this like today.
I don't think he tweets. I'm gonna guess just based on that. Looking at that, I'm
And
sure he's
I
on
was
True
like-
Social.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, I know what he's doing on January 6th. Not watching Raw on Netflix. God damn. Y'all ready to get into the wacky line?
Oh shit, we got
Yes,
Wacky Line
sir.
questions.
What was that, Dan?
I didn't know we had questions. I'm excited.
6 of them.
Yeah, we have 6 questions.
Lots of questions.
Oh, also somebody else got their mug in the Discord. Well, seeing the mug in person, that's a good looking mug.
It's a damn fine looking mug.
Yeah, that's a good looking mug.
People say when they meet me.
Probably say,
All right, let's get these questions going.
all right, Haven asks, wacky line question. What's the best wacky line question so far?
Oh my god, this one.
It's
The girl
question-
reading this.
I was about to say the question reading this right now. God damn it.
Anything PTO has given us.
I have a fucking barn burner. Speaking, just wait. We may. I don't even know if I want to read it. Did we talk about Hogan being on Logan Paul's podcast and saying it's crazy that he's canceled because people still like Chris Benoit?
We did not talk about that, but that's something you can say. That's something you say.
That's an insane fucking sentence. Dan, did y'all see that?
I did.
Sam, did you see that clip?
I don't think so.
So Hogan was like, "Well, I don't see how they. I know I've done some messed up stuff in my life, but people still like Chris Benoit after what he did."
You know, he also said after Nancy died that it's probably her fault, but she was into some satanic stuff. That's
Hold on,
not an exact
did he
quote, but that's basically what he said. He's like, she was into some dark
Holy
stuff.
Fuck! I didn't. Jesus Christ. Well, yeah. Sam, Dan, you got a answer for the best wacky line question?
I like when they're about food, because then I get hungry.
I tend to like our non-wrestling questions the most.
That's fair. I remember a sandwich one that.
Oh,
Yeah,
sandwich.
good.
Oh, wait, hold on. The soup one where Sam admitted he didn't like soup, and we all called him a bitch.
I hate that question.
That's insane.
No, talking about soup.
By the way,
That's my least favorite question.
Okay,
Soup Sunday starting at my house this Sunday.
I logged into the Violent People Twitter. I got one here, the Wacky Line question real fast. I'm going to interject. What is everyone except Dan's top 10 Evolve workers? That's crazy, but go ahead.
That's a crazy question.
Also, do you guys like soup? Two-parter.
You will never find out.
I'll go ahead and give mine. Pinky Sanchez, Sabu, Justin Credible, Ethan Page,
Babatunde,
Adam
Dexter Loomis,
yeah.
Oh, shit, Dexter
Tony
Loomis.
Tony Nese, Caleb Conley.
Jarek 120.
Fuck the Magician. Man, a lot of people are saying
Should I shouldn't have mentioned Jarek 120.
That's about to say that sounds like a great number 25 pick. Question from Ollie. If you have to have one ring announcer, doesn't have to include wrestling, announce at your funeral, who is it and why? Man.
First off, happy birthday, Ollie.
Oh, happy birthday, Ollie. I didn't realize it was your birthday.
It's not Ollie's birthday in the States yet.
Why
But
the
it.
fuck are you talking about it?
I mean, it's Ollie's birthday where Ollie lives. So happy birthday, Ollie.
Can I ask a question? How do you know people's birthday on Discord?
I don't know. I just know from Twitter.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
And my answer is Scott Steiner.
Ooh, not an announcer, but okay.
He has done ring announcing.
Then I think I'm going to have to go with the only man too real for pro wrestling, Mr. Ken Anderson.
Wisconsin legend.
Is that true?
Yes. I once saw for $50 I could have bought a Green Bay Packers hat signed by Ken Anderson.
Fuck, how many did you buy?
I will never buy anything with that wretched insignia on it.
Now, I have a hot take about announcers, and not wrestling, I guess, MMA and boxing. 10 years ago, my answer would have been Lynn Hart, Pride Girl, but I hate her now. She came back, she's in Ryzen and stuff, and I just think she's overplayed. I'm going to take Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Alright, Sam, who are you taking?
Lenny Senior.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What's a good one?
Maybe that weird radio DJ that lives next door to you or whatever.
That sounds like a good one. I don't have a good one for this. Like literally nothing comes to my brain when this question was asked.
Maybe Lenny Leonard.
Maybe Lenny Leonard. Can it be David Bixenspan?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
I'll allow it.
Sure. There you
I'll
go.
allow it. That's a great answer, buddy. Next question from Justice. You have to pick one wrestler to carry you to a Meltzer 4-star match specifically. If you refuse, you die. Who do you choose?
It has to specifically be 4 stars. It can't go over.
I'm going to assume this is 4-star or over. Because I don't know if Meltzer rates anything under 5 anymore, so I'm going with my boy Will Ospreay.
I mean, that seems like the obvious, objectively right answer.
Is anyone not saying Will Ospreay is like number one?
Yeah, that's the safe bet.
Let's do everyone. What's everyone's number 2?
Kenny?
Nick Jackson.
If I were to say in my heart of like, cause yeah, we're speaking of Meltzer's taste, so it's like Kenny, Will Ospreay, Okada, Tanahashi. But in my heart, it's like Keita Yano, Big Togo, Genturo, El Hijo de Fishman.
Yeah, all the stuff covered in the Observer.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Hey.
No, those are the real guys having four-star baseline matches.
Yeah, some are even saying 4-0.
I'm saying 4-0.
Not Dave, though. Next question comes from Henry. Wacky Line question. Favorite potato or tortilla chip flavor? Now, this is a good fucking question.
Potato or tortilla chip?
Yes, it can be potato or tortilla chip flavor. Oh man, there's just so fucking many chips.
I love a kettle cooked salt and pepper chip.
I was gonna say a Cape Cod kettle cooked chip.
Yeah. You know, Kettle has a new pimento cheese flavor out, and I want it so bad.
That sounds sick.
That sounds so fucking good. I want to go... Potato chip's too hard. I just do not have an answer ready. I want to go tortilla chip. A fucking Tostitos chip with a hint of lime on it. Oh, brother. Take me home.
We do nachos pretty regular around here, and that we do hint of lime.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the only fucking way, in my opinion.
Ruffles all dressed, also great chip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the best thing to ever come out of Canada.
Second to Bret Hart, but yeah.
Also, Ashley Six.
I would have Ruffles all dressed higher on my GWE than Bret Hart. In which to say they both missed the list.
Insane.
Man, they really need to make a Tostitos scoop with a hint of lime, man. They're really fucking leaving so much money on the table. Here's a question from Guy. I believe this is the first time Wacky Line question asker. For everyone, is there any moment in wrestling that made you question why you watch it and made you want to quit it entirely? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Almost every week. I'm trying to think if there's ever been a time where I've like shown somebody something wrestling related and been so embarrassed by what I showed them, like in the moment. Like I thought it was cool, and then like I showed it to them, and then I'm like, oh, this actually fucking sucks. But I actually really only give extremely sick recs, so I don't have an example like that. I don't know, man. Like, COVID pretty much made me quit watching wrestling for about 2 years. I was just not interested in it. So, shockingly, not having a crowd would do that. Killed my fandom a good bit.
Anytime I watched anything from the Attitude Era post puberty.
Sure.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah,
that
like being a grown man and going back and trying to watch any of that is embarrassing. That and then the majority of women's wrestling I've watched in my life.
That's a crazy 1-2 punch.
Thank you.
The SummerSlam main event last year.
Oh yeah, that did break you.
That really broke me.
You can listen to our episode of Muscle Orchestra about that.
That was nuts.
In the bad way.
Yeah, that was.
God, that feels like a lifetime ago.
And I mean, I deserve, like, it was me going to a show main evented by like something that I'm not at all into, but like in the past I was just like, I've gone to WWE shows and pay-per-views before where I might not have been like into it at the time, but I still had fun. Like I still like enjoyed the show and it was fun like watching, but like that That was just so rough watching that main event live.
Well, Sam, what you got?
You got to start watching
Hang on.
wrestling to quit wrestling.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. The day
Um,
2CW died.
The day 2CW died. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I think COVID is kind of a similar boat. Between actual COVID, the world crumbling, as well as like I just could not get into this no audience gimmick business. I was not vibing with it.
Nope.
Um,
Literally one good match happened with no audience. Shiozaki
that?
Fujita.
Sure, whatever you say, whatever you say. And I just couldn't do it. And I think I didn't really pick up wrestling again for like 2 years. It felt like.
Yeah, I would say I didn't really pick wrestling back up until mid 2022, maybe even closer to last year, to the beginning of last year. Like, it was a several year stretch. Like, I mean, I was still on Twitter, so like I was still in the periphery. I knew shit that was happening, and I was like, wow, that all sounds like it sucks.
Oh, how did you see the Logan Paul clip? Where are you getting your Logan Paul clips from if you're not on Twitter? Oh, was it TikTok?
No, it was posted in the Discord.
Oh, I missed that.
That's where I get all my Twitter stuff now. If it's not in our Discord, it's in the one other Discord I am kind of active in, and that's it. And then Guy also has a follow-up question, just for me. Update on hot dog eating. Well, Guy, I'm glad you asked.
I feel like we covered that.
This week does start the autumn of hot dogs. Lots of people are excited about it. Dozens of us are just absolutely stoked. A lot of people are like, why don't you call it Frankfurter Fall? First of all, not fucking German. Atrociously ugly language. Why the fuck would I call anything Frankfurter? And not everything has to have alliteration. It's autumn of hot dogs. And that's just what it is. So, we're practicing.
Speaking of Germany, the world started at World War II. Have you guys heard of this?
Lots of people say that.
Yeah, been hearing it all around.
But yeah, we're getting there. I think after seeing Joey's brave performance and really breaking the meta for hot dog eating, I do think 30 is more attainable now than I have ever have. And I do think I could eat my first 10 in 60 seconds, and the next 20 would just glide on through my body as if it was the log on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, right down my gullet. So to answer your question, pretty good. And then our final question of the week comes from friend of the show, mod of the Discord, PTO. Wacky line question: do you agree? And this tweet is from the real 2TZ, and they are tweeting somebody called @Fadeaway Media in response to the Hogan clip, I assume. Even if Benoit did kill his family, I forgive him before I'll forgive Hogan. Benoit wasn't a racist. What do y'all think?
That's an interesting perspective.
Hey, I'm gonna say, makes sense that guy's a fucking Kobe fan. That's all I'm saying.
Can you believe that people like that just exist on Twitter?
Well, that would be another rip-roaring episode of Valiant People Radio. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Write some nice words about us.
Tanner's
It helps the algorithm.
is mad about the Discord not leaving reviews.
Yeah, there's 200 plus of you in there. And a lot of you are pretty active. And I'm not seeing any reviews. We got a whole 7 of them. 2 more written. Not enough. You gotta give. You gotta give. Anyway.
If you're gonna use, you gotta give.
Also, go buy a mug. It helps the site. Thank you very much. Also, thanks everyone who's written for the site. It's especially for Wet Hot American Dragon Summer. We're doing a repeat of some of the shit we talked about in the middle of the show. Who cares? Anyone else have any closing words for our audience that's listening now? Definitely.
I wrote a review to Bash in Berlin that is my most popular piece ever somehow. So I guess go ahead and read that if you haven't already.